Howdy, y'all. Right, it is Friday, November 15th, 2024. We're doing a little antenna work at the QTH today. We are going to put up an 80-meter horizontal loop up in the treetops here. We've got room, about 287 feet of wire. This is a little kit that I bought from Palomar Engineers. Includes a 4-to-1 Balun, which is going to help us with our impedance matching at the feed point so that we can use this on multiple bands, which is my goal. I haven't done a lot of the 80-meter, 40-meter work. Most of my contacts have been on 20 meters and then some higher frequencies from there. But I've heard some good things about what this style of antenna can do, and I'm excited to try it. So we're going to strain it up in the treetops. I'm going to pause here. I will show you the kit that I got and a arborist big shot slingshot. We got to put that together. I've got some arborist line and an arborist weight that we'll be able to use to help get this strung up in the trees. We've got some old trees here that should give us some really excellent height up above ground level, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I have not unboxed this yet, but here is the big shot launching system. You can see from the picture. Here, I'll turn it so it's a little easier to see. There we go. The big shot. We've got 287 feet of wire, which I've done a little bit of work on. This end here, I had to strip that, put the connector on, and then I've got two different kinds of heat shrink tube on there. We've got some of our bone insulators. Here is here, I'll turn this way. It'll be a little easier to read. This is a pretty heavy duty Balun. This will take way more power than I have present in my shack today to be able to do that. Some of my extra shrink wrap, and then my little arborist weight and a roll of line. Well, she doesn't want to come out right now, but it's in that bag. Trust me, we'll pull that out. We'll get the big shot put together and see if we can't start straining this. Before I go, let's just take a look. I mean, you can see these are some pretty tall trees. I'm just not sure if I'm going to go down here over to that big maple and back up, or if I'm going to go in the backyard. Might end up going in the backyard. We'll see how that works. All right, so we have just made a simple loop with a double overhand knot in our arborist line, and we have thread that through I'm gonna call it a hacky sack. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'm sure that's offensive to someone. I apologize. Any arborists out there, feel free to jump in and tell me what that is. But this is basically a 12-ounce weight that I've got. I have a 15-ounce weight as well, but in doing a little bit of research, I've heard that the 10 to 12-ounce weights for the slingshot tend to work better. I think I'm going to put this up in the backyard. So next clip you see, we'll give you a quick tour back there. Okay, folks. So we've relocated to the backyard. Up there is my VHF, UHF antenna, little antenna mount. You can see my ladder is just not tall enough to get up to the peak. So I just have that temporarily installed right now until I can rent a lift for a day that will get me up onto the main part of the roof there. We'll pick up another 10 feet, maybe, not quite, of height on that VHF, UHF antenna. I've also got a bigger version of that coming. So right now, I've just got that weighted down with 120 pounds of sand, and it's relatively protected from the wind. Most of our winds come from that direction over here, so it's really not going to get much wind load. My thought is to put the Balun up on that mast there, and then we'll run the wire across the ridge line over to that pine tree, from the pine tree to the top of this maple, from the maple to the top of that pine tree, and then somewhere over here, and then along this line of trees and then back down, which will make roughly a rectangular loop in the backyard here, which I think will work well. Now, I have read, you know, avoid metal objects, and of course we've got a big pole shed over there from the neighbor. But I've also heard people say that even in less than ideal situations or deployments, that this antenna is phenomenal, and so that's what we're going to try. Hey there, pretty cool. I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but there's a pair of bald eagles just soaring out here, high up in the sky. Where did they go? Where did they go? There. Look at that. There's a pair of them just circling up there. You saw the other one just kind of zoom in, zoom out. But anyway, they are way up there. So there we go. So progress. We did another double overhand knot there to create a loop into a carabiner that we have threaded through the tension loop that we created. So I think we're set up there. We have our arborist line all laid out nice and easy. I know a lot of guys just coil that very loosely, very gently in a box. I didn't have a box that was going to work for that. So we're getting ready. We've got the big shot is all put together. Super easy. 2 4-foot poles clipped together with a safety mechanism here to keep it locked in. Okay. The top of the slingshot goes in up here. Same thing, safety clip. Now, when you use this, what we're going to do is we're going to be really careful to make sure that those arms right here are pointed downwards. You do not want to use it like this. You want it down. We got the cup there to hold our arborist weight and a little hand pull there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a shot of me doing this, but we'll see if we can't get it set up somewhere and try. All right, we're going to give it a shot. The Wild just got home, so we'll see what she has to say about what I'm out here doing, but I think it'll be fine. All right, here we go. Okay, so you can see the orange line. We got it not exactly where I want it. I would love it if it were up above those vents on the roof line there. And it didn't make it all the way down over the edge over here, but that was a decent second attempt. So we're gonna try once more and give it a lot more oomph. Maybe we can even carry it all the way over to the top of that tree.